Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. We are out and about on a bit of a jolly. And I'm driving an orange tractor. So I'm in a Kubota. It's a 153, M7 153. Not the biggest one they do, we've got a whole lineup over there of tractors. So we're out on a Vincent's Arrive and Drive Day, I believe they call it. So you can come out and try a lot of their machines. This is, as I said, a 153 power shift, so you just keep knocking this thing forward. Goes up through the gears. And we're just out having a bit of a play. I need to adjust my seat because Craig drove this last and my legs are a bit longer. So I believe it's got brake to neutral. That's far as the seat goes back. I've moved it a bit so I got a bit more room under the steering wheel. But yeah, here's the inside of the cab. All looks very nice, doesn't it? Let's put the handbrake on. I like that pedal. Can show you outside a bit. Look at that, black wheels. Nice little tractor. Very short and compact. Quiet enough in the cab. Bring the steering wheel down again. Right, so if I take off the handbrake, which I always forget to do, button on the back of here, hold that, push forwards. That's us now in forwards. Probably in 2 higher gear. Down a couple. It's a nice little screen here with all your settings on. And very similar to our screen that's with our GeoSpread vert spinner. Because that is from Cumberland. Kubota now bought out Cumberland, so yeah, quite cool. As I said, there's loads of other tractors over there, and baler and hedge trimmer and all sorts. We'll have a little look at that. Radio, PTO settings, PTO there, electric spools, got everything you need. So we just changed range, we're in D now. Get some speed out of the girl. The cab is plenty big enough, the visibility is amazing. There's so much glass, loads and loads of glass. We'll take her back and park her up next to the others. So Craig's in a M6 142. There's the next model range down. Got a little toes hedge trim on the back. A bit of a spec down from the M7. Again, power shift. It's very similar to the John Deere that I drive. There's three ranges, low, medium, high, of 8 gears in each, so 24 gears. Very similar to our ABC with 8 gears in each. Most things are on the joystick again in there. You've got your linkage forward and back on the joystick. There's also a button for auto gear changes up through the gears. I notice they've all got buttons on for brake to neutral, so you can just turn that on and off if you want it. Put your foot on the brake and you'll come to a stop. The other thing we notice is there's so much glass in those cabs. You're not looking around at like pillars everywhere. Even with our big John Deere at home, or the 155, that's it's only a 4-pillar cab, but even so, there's a lot of stuff on the glass, whereas that is just panoramic view. No clutch. He works then.
Yeah, it's very good actually. It's quite responsive.
Put away a bit sharper.
I was trying to. I thought I was treating it as a junction. So, this. Look.
Let's see.
It comes up neutral. Look.
Yeah. He's off.
Again, I don't know whether it's because it's more familiar. It just feels nicer to drive.
Just with the power shift rather than a.
Just because it's simple.
Yeah.
It works, doesn't it?
We're the only people left here.
Yeah.
We got the run of the mill.
The other thing I like,
that one,
as it's not, doesn't beep at you when you haven't done something like the Massey does.
No.
You can have the handbrake still up and put it in gear and then release the handbrake and it doesn't shout at you.
Yes. What's that one? Is that an M5?
It's an M5, so that's next down
again.
from this. again, it's nice, isn't it? For what it is.
Yeah, it's simple. You know what you do. The handbrake's a long way away.
Yeah, it is.
Big Vicon Fastbale as well. So that's a 173. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Big Fastbale. The size of the steel on this. Cool. So that's got 2 chambers, so makes half a bale or 60% in the first chamber, chucks it into the back one, finishes the bale, and then chucks it out onto here. So it's got to be well made, because you could have up to like nearly 3 bales in there at a time. The size of the tyres. Huge, great thing. And that is identical to our Geo spread machine that we got at home, but Kubota colours now. Obviously they've taken over KV. All auto loop. You can have film on that. That's the little computer that runs the tractor, and then this is the screen look for the baler. So this is, we got one of these for our FERT spreader. They're just like a generic isobus terminal. So I could start pressing a load of buttons that I don't really know a lot about. Is that one up there? Settings. But yeah, same as the other one we drove earlier, apart from this is a power shift. Oh no, that was the one we drove earlier. So this is the next one up, the 173. Same gearbox. All the same on there. That's your brake to neutral.
Again, it's familiar, isn't it? You have a new fleet.
It's under here. Bolts. That's a creeper box. I found that out earlier because I pressed it when we were moving. Where is all your 4-wheel drive and that sort of thing? Now there.
Ah. Since they're there, smorages are behind.
Yeah, Jack, we followed your omelette.
Smorages down there, look.
Oh yeah, big pot underway.
And then just the other side of this lorry is Simmons's on the left. You alright? This Simmons's.
There they are. Baler. Tractors.
Barbara's feeds.
Got a big set of mowers. Like an agricultural tour with holes, really, this is. God.
Troughs.
Oh yeah. The drum on troughs.
This is where we got the Arrow-Quip from.
This is where you drove down to pick it up from?
Yeah. Well, no, their yard is out past where we've just come from.
Oh, further on.
Right,
guys, it's the next morning. Just unhooking the stock box. John finished moving coal cows with that one yesterday. And the tractor is filthy and the sprayer is also filthy. And I want to winterize the sprayer, so next plan is to wash the tractor, hook the sprayer on, wash the sprayer, sort that one all out so he's ready for going into winter storage. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of footage we got yesterday at the Vincent's tractor and plant arrive and drive day. I probably didn't do it justice with the camera. There was about 8 tractors there for us to have a play with, as well as the little loader that we've had here on demo before. So we had a good time there doing that. See there, guys. Right, got the tractor in the wash bay. I just spent a bit of time cleaning the wash bay, washing it all out, just because otherwise you end up just splashing mud and rubbish on everything that you're trying to wash. So we'll give the tractor a quick clean and then we'll hook the sprayer up, back that in, give that a good clean out inside and out, and leave it ready for the winter. I'll try and find some antifreeze in the workshop and we'll put a little bit in the induction hopper and suck it up through the pump. That way then at least it's got some in the pump. Right, the tractor is now sparkling. Probably didn't show it very well because of the light. I get a lot of comments about saying how much I wash this tractor. People say you're always washing it, never using it. I do wash the tractor a lot, probably more than a lot of people wash theirs. And that is because I spend a lot of time using it. You want it to be clean. and I'm just quite house proud over it. The windows, you might be able to see there, are filthy. That is because that little man's nose pressing up against it, but I got some window cleaner in there, clean it all up. I just like to have a clean machine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Anyway, the sprayer is in the midden, just there, so we're going to hook that on, and we'll back that in here, and give that one a good old wash off. So before I can actually hook the sprayer up, I need to put the rail adapter in for the tractor. Slots in there, like so. Pull the handle, and it drops down. To that position. Now when I back up, I've got to line that up with that one, and then drop that pin down through the lock. It never normally goes that easy, but we'll hook the rest of it up, take the jack off, put it on there. We'll hook the power shaft on because we want to pump some stuff through the pump at some point. Put all the hoses on. You can see it is filthy, absolutely caked in mud, so we'll wash it all off, give it a good old birthday, and it'll be right then for the spring when we want to use it. Right, there she is, backed into the bay. I'll give the outside a really good wash off first, and then what we'll do is we'll wash out the inside. So the inside, if you remember correctly, was washed out the last time I used it. So I put a load of water through it, sprayed it out onto the stubble, so it is clean inside. But we'll just give it a once over with the pressure washer inside. We've got a little bung on the bottom we can undo and let it out into the sediment pit below. So below this concrete there's a drain, and underneath that big bit of concrete over there there's a big onion. So all the water that we wash out with gets caught. So I'm not letting anything into the environment that shouldn't be going anywhere. Right, so just got the top washed off then, as you would have seen, and the tops of all the booms and everything. Make a start now on the bottom down here. All this stuff where it connects to the tractor, this is all gets like a bit oily and then all caked up there. We'll whip those filters off, and then we'll get to draining the inside of the tank. First filter. Right, so what I'm currently doing is drawing a clean water tank, empty. It's about half full at the moment, and that's going into the tank. It's on the setting so it goes into the top and sprays all around the top, so that'll wash all of the tank hopefully and agitate it up. And then what we'll do is we'll let some of it out through the nozzles just to clear them out with some water. I've taken the bungs off the end of the pipe so we can flush them right out. And then when we've done all that, the last thing we'll do is undo the bottom of the sprayer and drain everything out the very bottom. Now there's a slightly strange sight. The sprayer working stood still. We're just blowing out all the nozzles, making sure there's nothing left in them that we don't want in there. That works quite well for washing the side of the machine as well. You can see it all runs down into this drain, which is good. Right, so what we'll do is we'll take these caps off, pull the pin out. There you are, take the end off. See there's a bit of pressure in there still. Do the same here. Pull that off. Pull that out. Open up the ends and there we go. Giving those booms a really good flush out. At least we'll know then that all of the water's come out as well, that it can possibly get out. It's just a nice way to do it like this. At least you know all the water you can possibly get out is out. It's just the tiniest little bit sitting in the end of nozzles and in the booms over winter. If you get a hard frost, that is not good. I had it the first year when I was naive to it. I haven't done any spraying. After the first year, just left the sprayer parked up. It was in a silage pit, but it still obviously gets cold in there. Come to use it the first time, and there was multiple sections, especially where the nozzles join into the boom lines, where they'd all cracked and burst. I had to get a load of new parts. So don't want to be that guy again. Right, so that's the cap off. You see now there's a plunger in there, so I'll just leave the cap here along with the spanner. But we are going up the step. And then this here is the plunger. So you can pull that back, you can hear the water coming out. That sits in there. So, there is the inside of the sprayer. Now, as you can see, there's a very, very small amount of foam in the bottom. So we'll just run enough water around that just to flush it all out so it is completely empty. But you can see the inside's all wet where the water that we sucked in has come in. So that would have come in at the top here and been agitated around. If you can see in there, that's all the agitators down the bottom for when it's full. And yeah, it's pretty well just a massive fiberglass tank, plastic tank. But I'll get some water in there. Right, we are completely clean. You can see so this string here, well that one there I'm pointing at, that's the plunger, so that is this one. And then this wire here goes to our sight tube. If I pull that, you see the yellow cap coming up, go back down. So that's the level indicator of what's in the tank, so that just floats up and down as the level changes. Yeah, happy with that, so we'll put the basket back in. I don't ever use the basket, I don't ever top fill this thing. But we'll put it back in there just so we know where it is. It sits in there like so. I might grease it first actually, because now we've got everything wet, there'll be water in all the bearings. Stick some grease in it before it goes away for the winter. Just draining the hose pipe whilst I remember. Right, for some reason I couldn't get anything to suck up through the hopper until I re-primed it with water, so I had to come over and suck a bit of water up. So there's now 25 litres of antifreeze and a bit of water in there, but that's all gone through the pump, so that won't hurt. So we'll leave that now for spring, so we're all done. So all I'm going to do now is unfold it in a minute and grease it up. Pick this drum up with me so it can go in the empty drum pile. I set a light goal for the video that was titled Spreading Slowly with a Muck Spreader. That video did amazingly well. It's the fastest viewed video on it. It's got 10,000 views in a day. I've never had a video do that well. So we'll do it again. So if we can set a like goal of 700 likes on the video, that would be awesome. Like I said last time, it doesn't cost you guys anything to like it. It just pushes it up the algorithm, puts it in front of more people so more people can see what we do here. Right, we're going to use the doorway of the grain store, but we have unfolded. We're a bit wide. And my grand plan for this is to move it to here. Pocket knife, phone. I love these pouches on these ovals, but they don't hold anything in there if you bend over. We'll fold this up without trying to take down any of the new sheds. That's the difficult bit over there. But that drum's still up there as well. Basically, the main thing I need to avoid is Bruce's push bike. There's a man. Can you see me in? Dr. LeGrice, everyone. Could you just see me in without hitting Bruce's bike?
tight, but you're alright. Come this way a bit now if you want.
Yeah, square up.
That's it, as you come in.
I've got no idea where the back of the boom is.
We've got plenty of room yet.
Right guys, it's now the afternoon. I've just unhooked the sprayer. Just going to back this tractor in the shed for the weekend. And then we're done. It started raining now, we just want to move some cattle and got soaking wet. So I'm going to do some paperwork this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, then please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, then please do. My socials, TikTok, Instagram, both of those are growing really well at the moment too. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you on another video very soon. Cheerio.
Like a drug that